Привет, друзья! Как дела? My name is Fedor, and today I will share with you 4 things that I think everybody should do when they're learning a second language, especially when they're learning Russian, which is heavy vocabulary, kind of based language. First things first is learn new words. I think that it's mandatory for everybody to learn new words every day, to find new words to learn, not just get a list of, maybe even if you read like a story and then you highlight all the words you don't know, you try to learn those. Unfortunately, when I was learning English, I tried that and that doesn't work because vocabulary that I use to express my thoughts is totally different from a book that I was reading. So my advice to you guys is try to learn the words that you would need to express things that you express in your life right now in English or in the language that you speak. For example, a great exercise that you can do is you can record your conversation with somebody in English or in your native language and listen to it and try to write out the words that you wouldn't know how to say in Russian. Maybe you had a conversation about, let's say, soccer. You like playing soccer and you don't know how to say goalkeeper, right? You kind of listen to that recording and you listen to you saying goalkeeper and it's like, oh, do I know how to say goalkeeper in Russian? If not, learn that word or learn the words that you wouldn't know how to say in Russian, because if you're having a conversation in your native language, most likely you have it in Russian as well, especially when it comes to more everyday conversations like around the house. Maybe somebody's asking you, do we have any milk in the fridge? Can you pass me salt? Can you give me a cookie? Whatever it might be, right? So just try to go for words that you use now in your native language or in the language that you speak well, okay? Next, number 2 is practice new words. Don't just have a list of words to learn. Also practice them. I would say maybe if you have an hour to practice vocabulary every day, maybe spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes adding new words. Actually, 10. 10 is good. 10 for adding new words and then 50 for practicing old words that you put in that list beforehand. How do you practice it? You maybe just repeating the words, looking at the translation versus Russian, spelling. Flashcards can work as well. You can make sentences. You can just simply say them out loud. Things like that. It doesn't make sense to keep adding new words if you don't know how to say the words that you were supposed to learn beforehand. And I would say practice those words until they are in your subconscious. For example, a great test is like, okay, if I ask you how to say hello in Russian, 99% of you would know to say привет, right? Because you have heard it so many times, you have said it multiple times, it's in your subconscious. Try to get the words that you're learning into that kind of ballpark as well. So whenever you have a conversation, you can just say it on the spot without having to think for too long. And before we go any further, a great source of vocabulary is 50 Russian Dialogues. It's 50 different scenarios of real life situations. Renting an apartment, ordering in a restaurant, talking on the phone, asking a friend for advice, things like that. And the words that are there are authentic Russian words that we would use in everyday conversations. This book also has translations, so you can see which words mean what, and then of course audio, so you can listen to the dialogues and have proper pronunciation. You can repeat after them and pronounce the words properly. Check it out with the first link in the description. You can also get it for cheaper. This one costs $39.99. You can get it for $19.99 per month if you join our Be Fluent Class platform that also has grammar courses, exercise for speaking, exercise for vocabulary, and other things like that. It's going to be all mentioned with the link in the description. Click it, find all the information you need, and get the book today. Number 3, advice number 3 is, I think, the most important thing, is speak every day. Speak out loud every day. Not just in your head. Speak out loud. If you don't have somebody to speak to yourself. It's very important for your daily practice to put knowledge that you know now into a speech, into a monologue, into some sort of a conversational practice. We will rarely communicate in the language just by writing something. Of course, we text a lot on the internet, of course, but speaking is the ultimate test of your knowledge, because when you speak, you don't have that much time to think. You have to only go with things that are in your subconscious, similar to the previous point. Vocabulary that's in your subconscious is going to be used. Grammar that's in your subconscious is going to be used as well. You won't have that time to think about all the grammar rules that you have learned before and apply them. This is a test of how well you can speak Russian. If you were to have a conversation with somebody right now, how well could you have done, right? So speak every day, even if it's just to yourself. It will also give you a good feedback for your Russian and for what to do next. And then, of course, fourth point, similar to the previous one, is analyze your speech. Analyze what is going well, what's not going well. Can you speak with no pauses? Do you pause a lot? Do you have enough vocabulary? Whenever you're speaking about past tense, can you do it well? Same thing about the future tense. So whenever you speak, choose something that you want to focus on at that particular moment and focus on that. Maybe when you speak, you say, okay, I'm going to try to be as precise with my vocabulary as I can. And then after you speak, analyze how that went and use that as your feedback to then change the course of your learning. If, let's say, when you're speaking to yourself, you are struggling to find the right words for, let's say, a topic of work. You're talking about work, and it's hard for you to find right words for work. Well, guess what? Go back to the first point and learn words for work and start to practice them. And the next time you speak about work, it's going to become that much easier. And that's how you improve. You use your Russian, you analyze what didn't work, and you fix that. And then do it again and again and again and again until there's so few things left unaddressed that you can speak Russian well with no problem whatsoever. So those are my 4 points. First, learn new words. Second, practice new words. Third, speak Russian out loud every day. And then lastly, analyze your speech and use that as feedback. That's it. I'll see you over this page right here. Click this button right here and get the 50 Russian Dialogues book today and start learning vocabulary